Good morning, my fellow yogic travelers. I'm mighty glad to be alive today, and I hope that you are too, as we continue to live, laugh, love, learn, and linger. Continue with the teachings of Emmett Fox. When he talks about spirit, to me, it's synonymous with the subconscious mind. And the basic idea is anything that you stake your claim to will eventually will out. That's why they say, keep thy feet, which means maintain thy spiritual understanding. When you go to spirit, you are better able to hear what the revelation is. Because when you go there, spirit is present. And then you're better able to receive. If you alter your habits, you alter your life. And the biggest habit to alter is the habitual way that we think about things. The tendency, of course, is to rely on yourself instead of to add spirit. Like they say, God is my co-pilot. If you want prosperity, spirit is all the prosperity you need. Spirit is the giver of every good gift, and spirit is ready to supply more than what you need. That is how you get what they call the peace that passeth understanding. So, open my eyes, they say, so that I may see the wondrous things within thy law. And that law is the law of the subconscious mind, which sometimes I call the law of attraction, which states that which is like unto itself is drawn. So if you want to lift yourself up from your own weakness, if you want to find guidance and inspiration, if you want to be delivered from your own self-destructive thoughts, invite spirit in. At this point, we're talking about that which is a principle or a law. So there's a cause and effect here. No one gets responded to with special favor. It's simply lawful. You do this and you get that, like planting a seed and reaping the fruit of the kind of seed that you planted. That's why they say, as within, so without. What you're thinking or thought is going to be manifest as condition, event, and experience. So, with that being said, I'm always interested in reminding people to take time to sit in silence. You can call it meditation if you want to. Sometimes that sounds too formal, but simply sitting still in silence. The purpose, of course, is to develop an insight that leads to your own liberation or your own sense of freedom from constraints. The problem is the natural state of mind is one of distraction. If you sit still, you see how your thoughts run hither and thither. And so, of course, the first thing they tell you is learn how to concentrate, because if you can't penetrate through the distraction, you can't focus enough, you will not experience what's called the mirror mind. The mind that's empty of content, but is perfectly reflecting whatever it is that's arising and passing away. And that's how you have what's called the unobstructed vision. Anything that's short of full enlightenment is still short, and therefore biased. That means that there are things that are outside our current understanding. Or you could say that there's, until the moment of enlightenment, there's some ignorance in the mind, which means some of our decisions will be based on confusion and ignorance. What really has to be let go of is our presumption that we're a specific being, a someone. We're so caught with the identity of our biography that we can't find that there are other ways of defining who we are, other dimensions of experiencing what our own true nature is. So we have to enlarge our scope from the kind of narrow and protective ideas and limiting conditions that those identifications make. But it's such a strong habit to break because we've been reinforcing it since day one. That's why they say the three characteristics, the three marks of existence, are in service of not clinging to any of these things. The first one being impermanence. Things don't last. They arise and they pass away. Don't believe any of those thoughts. They're not eternal. They're also filled with dissatisfaction. They don't give you joy. They don't give you satisfaction. We want things and we turn out to not be happy with what we get. And then, of course, it's empty of self. You can't find yourself in a thought bubble that arises and passes away and has no existence. You have to maintain a kind of continuity, string them together, and cling to it. So that's why they say to awake without the guidance of a teacher is difficult, not because it's impossible, but because the delusion, the self-deception, the forgetfulness is so strong. So the teachers open up another level of understanding and perspective that you might not have come to on your own, or certainly it would have taken you a much longer time. Even if you don't go to retreat every now and then, you have to come back to your daily life. That's your continuation. So all I can say is learn to live in harmony, morality, and focus your mind so you're not distracted.